Hello, everybody, and a very pleasant Saturday night to you, wherever you might be. Welcome to the Fancy Hobo Improv Show, live on YouTube. My name is Tony Torrico, and I am going to be your host for the evening. Thank you so much for tuning into tonight's show. Now, if you've never seen a Fancy Hobo show before, here's how things are going to go tonight. Tonight, our players are going to be improvising short-form scenes and short-form games, all based on your suggestions. This week, we took to our social media to get suggestions on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter, but it is not too late to get those suggestions in. No. So please leave your best suggestion for an occupation in our comments below throughout the entire show, and we might use them near the end of our show. Also, at the end of tonight's show, we are going to be playing a very special solo game called PowerPoint Presentation. One of these players is going to have to give a PowerPoint presentation that they have never seen before, and we need your help to decide which one of these players is going to play. So pick the player that you want to see play in that game with using a hashtag Team Holly, hashtag Team Phil, hashtag Team Brandon. It looks like that is quite popular in the comments right now. And a couple of other things. Since we are not performing in a theater tonight, we do need your help. We are raising donations so that we can bring more and more live streamed improv shows to you directly. So you can make any donation directly to us. Head to Venmo and send all of those donations to @Fancy Hobo Improv. We will also put that in the chat and remind you throughout the show. Thank you so much for helping out. We appreciate any size donations. And I think you have heard me talk long enough. So it is time to welcome our players to the virtual stage. Please give it up for founding member Roberto Ferreras.
Hello, everybody.
There he is. Give it up for Mr. Phil Nieto.
Hello and welcome.
Give it up for Holly Scott.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
You know him, you love him, you're screaming his name in the comments. Brandon Burns.
Oh, the honor is all mine. It's all mine. What a pleasure. What a joy. What a joy.
Next, our next player is Mr. Joey Busch.
Hey, Mr. That's me.
Yep. And now wherever you are, we expect you to boo this player from within your own homes. Give it up for Robert the Chocolate Bear Heger.
Boo.
Look,
Good morning.
That mustache deserves booing if I've ever seen anything that deserves booing. So let's get started.
Glorious mustache, you son of a
You
bitch.
put Miami Vice on your face.
Let's
Thank
get
you.
started with our first game of the night. Our first game of the night is called Town Meeting. It is for everyone. The way this game works is that we are going to be holding a town meeting in a made-up town, and we have to deal with a made-up problem. We'll be hearing in from the citizens of that town. I am going to be your mayor hosting the town meeting. So the suggestions that we got for this game is our town name is called Cougar Town. Yes, that comes from Jose on Instagram. And our problem is our baseball team sucks. And that comes from Magic on the Side on Instagram. We came and looked for suggestions. So this is the game of town meeting. Players, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then let's play. All right, everybody. All right. Y'all know me. My name is Mayor Anasiotis, right? And I am the mayor of Cougar Town, or as we locals like to call it, Cougarton. And we got a big problem over here down in Cougarton. That's right. Our new baseball team, it is absolutely terrible. We'll get to your questions in a second. I see hands. We'll get your questions in a second. But I gotta tell you, we've seen our team do particularly well. I remember when we built our brand new stadium, and it was just awful. Like we made it all the way to the championship series, and I could hear fans in the stands screaming and screaming and screaming our team's chants. Our team, of course, the Big Kitties. That's right. And our famous chant. Pss, 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 pss. So, but those years have come and gone. And now our baseball team sucks. Now, I know some of you are hardcore fans, but we got to do something about our baseball team. So I'm going to take questions from you citizens. Yes, I'm going to go directly to this first question right here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Forvalaka. I'm sure all of you know me. I am the town's resident were-cougar. Now, I'll tell you, our boys and girls out there in the field, they're getting decimated. And the problem is they don't got power, they don't got speed, they don't got agility. I am advocating that you allow me to infect the entire baseball team with lycanthropy. So that way, when the full moon comes out, they'll become giant, bloodthirsty leopard creatures, or cougar creatures if you prefer. And on any other given day, they will be filled with more power and vigor.
Well, all right. I thank you for that opinion. I don't necessarily know if that is a good idea to infect a bunch of people, but let's go to some other citizens' comments and questions. Yes, let's go right here.
Hello, it's me, Claudia Cougarston. That's right. My family has owned this town for 70 years, and they clearly understand the problem with baseball is the fact there's not enough sex with younger men. So I feel like we should just be cougars, and all the women in town just go over there, especially over 50, and we just have all of the sex with the hungry, hungry men, and let them all just play baseball satiated, knowing that we love them very much for their bodies. Thank you. Thank you.
So far, that is my absolute favorite option, but we have to take more citizen questions and solutions. Let's go right here. Let's go right here.
Yeah, old Jebediah McCain here, and I've been sitting up in those stands for 59 years, and I tell you, we have lost every goddamn of those years, and it builds character. Who cares if they're winning or losing? Because losing builds character, and I'm a strong man because of all those losses. I have shed so many tears because of all those losses, and I feel great. I'm not dead on the inside.
Oh, well, it definitely doesn't sound that way. We've got more questions. We've got more. Oh, yeah, let's go right here. I saw this question.
Well, hello, it's Janet Carmichael, my dears. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And I just wanted to say, I don't know why we're all complaining about this silly little baseball team. A score is a score, and when that little ball hops over the fence, I have myself a wild old time. Why, my poor Billy Bob has been playing with them ever since he was a young child. Why must we change the simple pleasures in our lives just for a nice W on the score sheet when the pieces of wood hop and a skip and a jump on the scorecard? I don't see the problem. Just sip your drink and while the time away, dear friends.
Well, to me, and as your mayor, I got to tell you, the W is life, my friends. We got a couple more citizens coming in. Oh, yes, right here. Oh.
Harmonica Nikki here, and I just think that the baseball team just isn't trying hard enough. I think they, if I know one thing as someone who plays the harmonica, it's that you just gotta devote it. You just gotta give it your all, and then maybe it'll sound good.
Wow. Well, I got to tell you, I hear you around town constantly, even more than those fireworks have been blowing up constantly recently. All right, let's go to more questions. We've got more questions right here.
Coach Tom Feline here. As you guys know, I've been coaching this team here for nigh on half a decade. And I'm telling you, I've said it before, I've said it again. When we name our town Cougar Town after the venerable John Mellencamp Cougar, and he decides that he doesn't want to go by John Cougar anymore, he wants to go by John Mellencamp, there became a curse on this town when we did not become Mellencamp Town. All right? So we can sing a little ditty to Jack and Diane all we want, but until we become Mellencamp Town, that curse is going to hit our boys year after year. Done.
Thank you for your concern. I truly appreciate that. We've got more. Oh man, we've got so many citizens coming in on this call. Let's go here.
Hey, everybody, it's Hobo Jimmy, Lord of the Shimmy. Everybody knows me. You all know me. Now, clearly, we got a curse going on. As the gentleman just said, here's how we handle a curse. You take a chicken, and you turn it into a chicken pot pie, and you have people write their regrets in egg whites on the top, and if it crumbles when it bakes, those regrets are gone.
All right, Hobo Joe, I think we've heard enough from you. I think we've heard enough from
Hobo Joe.
No, we've heard enough from you, Hobo Joe. We've got more citizens concerned here.
Hello, it's your mother, Edith. Hey, this is a really nice little thing you got going on there, son. Very good.
Yep. Thanks, Mom.
I just wanted to remind you to pick up milk from the store on the way home.
You got it. Absolutely.
And make sure you bring the good credit card because the other one doesn't have any money in it.
I know. We don't have to air our financial issues out here on the internet, Mom.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. We've got more citizens. I see some sports fans up in here. Let's get to some sports fans first.
Yeah, Chet Johnson. You may remember me. I was the captain of the football team 20 years ago, and you guys never appreciated me, and that's why I have to say I'm responsible for the curse. It was me.
Son of a bitch.
That's what you get for not respecting me.
I can't
and my football glory days.
I can't believe you. I wish I had more time to publicly humiliate you, but I have to get to my citizens, damn it. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, Doug Bogeson, I got a quick little question. Where's the respect for the hockey team here in Cougar Town, okay? We've won 4 championships in a row, and we play on a freaking pond next to the Home Depot down on 4th Street. I'm getting sick and tired of this. We are the only sports franchise that is winning anything, and we are in the middle of Florida. We barely have ice. We are swimming during games, and we get no funding. The baseball team sucks. We're over here working our butts off trying.
All right,
to win
that's real great. Yeah, no,
that's
real great. That's real great and all. But nobody here cares about hockey. Let's keep going as citizens. We've got more citizens that need to have their questions answered.
Yeah. Hi. My name is Tom Davis. I moved here 2 months ago. And my school doesn't have any, the school that I want to send my children to doesn't have any funding because we worry, because we spend town hall meetings worrying about what we're going to do with a baseball team. Can we focus, please? But
I'm sorry. I've got to cut you off there. We don't have any more allotted time for you, nor do I like my budget being questioned. I am a mayor after all. Let's go to a couple of last questions.
Yes, Jerry Tomlin here, everybody. As you know, running for mayor this fall. Our mayor here ran on the platform of making our baseball team great again. Clearly,
okay.
He has failed in that promise. In fact, he hasn't even rebuilt the outfield wall, okay? So the ball just rolls forever. If you vote for Jerry Tomlin, I will make our baseball team great again, and I will build that wall in the outfield. Jerry Tomlin.
Stop it right now. I like watching balls endlessly out into the field. Okay, we've got a couple more, and we'll be done here. Okay, I'm going right here.
It's Hobo Jim again. I told you the way we got to solve this is we got to take that chicken.
And that's our game. That is our game scene. That is the game of town meeting. That is an interesting look into every single town in Middle America. So
love for hockey.
Hey, there's that. No love for hockey. Not here. Sorry out there, hockey enthusiasts. So let's move on to our next game of the night. Our next game is called Movie Critics. This game is for Holly, it's for Rob, it's for Brandon, and it is for Phil. So the way that Movie Critics works is that two of these people are going to be movie critics in the same way, in the same fashion of Siskel and Ebert. They are going to be reviewing 3 separate movies, and then we will take a look at some of those movies. A couple scenes from those movies. So let's see here. We've got our very first film. Let's get to our suggestions. Our first 2 suggestions come from Jonathan on Facebook. The first film is called The Sound of a Swan.
The Sound of a Swan.
And our next suggestion is called Lost in the Woods. 2 very famous films, of course. And finally, our third and final suggestion for this game comes from Kelsey on Facebook, the incredible movie, The Count of Monte Cristo Sandwich, one of my absolute favorite films of all times. This is the game of Movie Critics. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Then play.
Oh my. You've caught me reading another one of my favorite tales. It's an Ibsen, you see. Here, we only read the finest of art. Hello, it's John Tyler Fitzgerald, and with me as always, my beautiful, wonderful host, Mr. St. Patrick. Mr. St. Patrick, the pleasure is all mine.
I keep telling you, man, you could just call me Tom. Like, Tom's cool, dude. Like, I'm the St. Patrick. Too much formality, man. Too much formality.
Well, Mr. St. Patrick, I believe we are here to discuss our favorite films of the current era, are we not?
Oh, yeah, man. We're going to dive into some movies. We're going to dissect them. We're going to see what's going on, but like in the text that is beneath the text of the story. Boom.
Yes, we're going to do exactly that. Well, the first film is my favorite. It is an adaptation of the 1700 play by Jean-Claude Claquepart, The Sound of a Swan. It was adapted in the independent market, filmed wholly in the Great Britain, my homeland, with only a Super 8 camera. It was, personally, I think the visuals stun me every single time I watch them. What do you think, Mr. St. Patrick?
So the Swan movie was a little confusing at first because there weren't any actual swans in it. But I kind of got that there's that like metaphor of a swan song, and like it was really artsy. I wasn't sure what was happening about a quarter of the time, but I'll tell you, man, like that moment where Genevieve and Breton like have that like fight, and then Breton like breaks down in the corner and sobs about his sins and the things he's done and his regrets. I think it's a really interesting dissection into modern consumerism, but it's kind of overlaid with like a peanut buttery sauce of like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah, I oddly enough 1,000,000% agree. And what I found so interesting is the entire monologue was done in couplets, which I was blown away by the possibility that he could talk for so long and speak solely in couplets. It was quite. I mean,
I don't know what a couplet is, man. But like, they kept speaking in rhyme. I don't know if that's what a couplet is, but it was like every line, the next line. Not only did it rhyme, but like it had like a a flow to it. It was like fucking poetry, man. It was bonkers.
The University of Arizona has really taught you well, my friend.
Oh, dude,
Well,
go Sun Devils, man. Go Sun Devils.
all right, well, that's not at all correct, but that is totally fine. Let's move on to this film. Let's take it away to the screen.
I am seething. I am mad. You are terrible. Yes, you are bad. This love, this thing we had, is extinguished. I'm not glad.
I have no cares for what you feel. For I said those words with the proper zeal. I do not think that I feel bad. In fact, that you feel bad makes me feel glad.
Oh, now you're just stealing all of my exalted words? The thing you have told me right now is nothing but absurd. Think about what you've done. In a corner, you should cry. I wish you would just go away. In the hellfires, you should fry.
Enthralling. Simply enthralling. I've never seen something that just, it bites at my heart. It bites at my heart, I do say so, my dear friend.
Yeah, man. It's like if Dr. Seuss had written about the depths of the human soul instead of except trying new things and like the adventures and differences between peoples.
Yes. Dr. Seuss indeed. Well, this next movie, I believe, is your choice.
Seuss. I read that on an article.
It's pronounced Seuss. Why don't you introduce your movie that you so lovingly picked? Why don't we?
All right, man. So we're gonna jump into one of my favorites. This is a new indie film. It's really underground. It's really cool. It's called Lost in the Woods, right? And it is without doubt one of the most absolutely things I have ever seen, man. It's got Ed Harris. I love that guy. It's got Ed O'Neill. You know the guy who played Ted Bundy? Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Or not Ted Bundy, Ed Bundy. Yeah, that guy, Ed O'Neill.
Yeah,
and,
Ed Bundy, the famous,
Yeah, and the two of them, right, man? They're a pair of like shoe salesmen, so it kind of ties back. But they're desperate, man, and they're out on their own, and they're over their head, and they get involved with a Sinaloa drug cartel. It's really good.
So it's like that movie with Clint Eastwood, The Mule, almost, where it's two people that are just in over their head selling drugs or whatever.
Kind of, except really it's again more of a commentary on how American culture kind of forces you into a form of prostitution because
all
of
right, we're just going to
capitalism.
move past this symbolism you seem to be so entranced by. And I want to mention one thing about the film that I wasn't a big fan of, but I know that you fell in love with. Each of these actors, they spoke in a high pitch, almost in their falsetto range, constantly. Like they never spoke in a deep register. Everything was this almost floaty, airy-like sense of self, which I wasn't quite sold on because all of their dialogue was so deeply painful and dark and like talking about the destruction of their selves. And yet it was this almost whimsical tone they carried with it. I didn't understand it, but you're like sold on it.
Well, I think, man, it is a great example of the mask of American masculinity, dude. Like we're all so concerned about like puffing our chests and look at me, we're fine. I don't need help. I'm bleeding. I'm cool. I can do my thing. But man, that's a fucking front. That's nonsense.
Interesting. Let's jump into this clip. This is the two gentlemen in their first raid. Let's take it over. Let's play the clip. Why don't we?
I don't know what we can do. I don't even know who I am anymore. This goddamn shoe shop.
Either. This is very dangerous for me. Oh no!
This shoe shop has sapped the life out of me. I'm tired of hiding.
I knew we shouldn't have sold those Christian Louboutins and bought money to buy weed. What a bad idea.
I think we could just go back to our lives and talk to them and give the weed back and just go back to not selling these shoes anymore.
No, man. Once you're in the life, you're in the life. Everything is just part of it. You know? You, me, the shoe store, my high school football record, your trip to the moon, all of it. Bad. Very bad.
I've been thinking about starting a reality show where I watch a man from the moon.
That's a good idea. Maybe we can convince the Sinaloa drug cartel to fund it.
I hope so, but not as long as we keep selling these shoes.
Someone's got to sell the shoes, man. Someone's got to sell the shoes.
But why us? Why us?
Because we're the men for the job. The only men for the job.
You're right.
What a scene. I'm still not quite sold, but I see the appeal. It was almost like they were Muppets in a sense. It was quite something.
Yeah, man, they lack agency. They lack man.
Well, let's quickly, we don't have a lot more time. We're simply getting close to the commercial break. Let's jump to the final film. This is one that we both agree on.
Yeah,
it's something
man.
that we don't quite understand, but simply fell in love with it. The Count of the Monte Cristo Sandwich. Now, this was originally supposed to be an hour-long baking show, which turned into a single-shot biography of Mr. Emerald Lagasse, the famous chef.
Yes. And it also tells the story, a little unknown fact about Emerald Lagasse is that he too, like the Count of Monte Cristo, has been wronged and has spent his entire life gaining revenge.
Which is almost like they combined his life story with Kill Bill. And what's crazy is they had the same exact cinematography almost, like the quick camera shots, like everything was constantly moving almost aggressively and their faces were just pressed up against the camera. It was stunning.
Yeah, man. And like it had like a real cinema verite feel, man. It was like watching the 1961 Count of Monte Cristo, directed by Claude Audet-Lara. It was phenomenal, man. I don't know what's going on.
All right, well, let's check it out. Let's jump to this clip, the big confrontation between Emerald and his original chef.
That's right. It's me, Emerald Lagasse.
Emerald
it was my sandwich.
He was very upset that day because he knew that there was another chef on the horizon, someone else far more dangerous than he could ever be with a Monte Cristo sandwich. It was LaRue. Bonjour, Emerald.
LaRue.
Yes.
You stole my recipe.
I did not need to steal it. Mine is better. I am a better chef than you will ever be.
How dare you besmirch the name of Lagasse?
How dare you besmirch the name of French food? A Monte Cristo sandwich is a cultural legend, and you, trash. Puh. I don't like you.
My son will avenge my name and take the sandwich back for the name of Lagasse. Just you wait.
It will not happen. Your son, Emerald Jr., he is a frog just like you. He just say bam all the time, but you do not say bam. You say oui, and that is stealing from my people. I cannot abide by that.
I'm not saying the French word for yes. I am saying that we are cooking together as a group. You and I.
All right, that's scene. Wow. We love mistaking words. All right, our next game is called Relationship Gone Wrong. This game is for Chaco and Brandon. The way this game works is Chaco and Brandon are going to be doing a scene. We're going to see them in a relationship together, and they are going to visit a single location over and over and over throughout the years. And we will see them visit that location for the first time ever, visit that same location 5 years later, and visit that same location 10 years later. So the suggestion for this game that we got comes from Hello Elaine Chu on Instagram. And the suggestion is a cave. It was a suggestion you have given.
A what?
A cave.
A cave, gotcha.
A cave, like hello, 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 hello.
Thank
All right.
you so much.
Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
And play.
Oh,
Wow. Quite a place you've bought.
yeah. 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 It's I'm trying to face my fears.
Uh-huh.
And
How's that going
and
for
I
ya?
think, well, with you, I think I can.
Oh, babe, that's so sweet of you to say.
Yeah, without you, I couldn't do anything really.
Oh my God, stop. I love you so much.
Oh, I love you so much too.
Wow.
I can totally
Oh,
feel the love here.
yeah, it's flowing so deeply. You know what's crazy is that like the water features seem so dangerous in those flowing rivers. Like
Yeah,
I feel like I
yeah.
could slip in.
You could, but you need to have steady feet, and you need to have like a steady center of gravity. I can teach you because we're in this together.
Are you saying that like I don't have a good center of gravity?
No, I believe in you. It's just you were scared, and just like I'm scared of caves. I'm trying to face my fears. If you're scared too, I have you.
Babe, let's do this together then. Help me face my fears of gravity, and I will help you face your fears of caves. Together, we will become unstoppable.
All right, scene. Great. So we're gonna see that same couple go back to that same cave that they visited 5 years later. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Then play.
Oh my God, babe. Babe, we've done it. Look how powerful we have become, the two of us, together.
We really have. I'm so happy. I'm been shouting it to the rooftops.
I
Like,
know.
I love
Truly,
hearing
the
the
joy I
echoes.
feel is almost impossible to contain.
Oh, it's just I definitely I still feel love. It's a little it's not as much anymore, but I mean the love's still there, right? I mean, it's still there. I can still feel something.
Oh, yeah. If anything, the love I have for you has only grown stronger since the first day we have spent in this cave. Truly,
Yeah.
everything I feel has become almost impossible to contain inside of my personhood, for you have made me a better person.
Yeah, I mean, you've made me a better person too.
And scene. All right. Okay, so let's see that same couple go back to that same cave 10 years later. Players, are you ready for your final scene?
I am.
Yes.
Play.
Oh my God, it's you. It has been so long. How are you?
You son of a bitch. I know the real you now. You just you have no fear. You mock my fear. I know you. You son of a
What?
bitch.
Why? No, please do not yell at me. I cannot take this. Too much pain exists inside of me. I will not be able to contain my sorrow anymore. No, no.
Yeah, I feel nothing here. There's nothing between us.
Why
I
must you
can't
deny
believe
how
I
you
fell
feel
for this
about me?
trap.
I know you love me. Look in my eyes. Don't you see love? All I know is love for you.
Well, I think what you should look at is all those waterfalls and slippery rocks over there.
Oh no. Are you going to do what I think you're going to do? Will you
No,
take
I'm
away my
just
center of gravity and push me? Please. I
no.
love you so much.
That angry outburst. That was all the lie. You can trust me.
Oh, I can see trust. I believe in you. I will come towards you in love and comfort,
Yes,
my
come
dear
right
one.
over here, right by the
Hello.
rocks.
Oh no, you have betrayed me. I have been betrayed. What will I do? All I've known is love and compassion all my days.
All right,
And
scene, game
no.
scene, game scene. Wow, I have not seen a more lifeless character than when I watch Kellyanne Conway defend certain people. So,
Wow. I was that dead inside?
Yeah, that didn't suck.
Amazing.
So, yeah, we just want to give a quick reminder to all of you out there who are watching our show right now. If you want to see more Fancy Hobo shows, that is great. So do we. But that is not possible without your donation. So if you like what you see here, you can Venmo any donations you like towards us. Head to Venmo and send them to Fancy Hobo Improv. We appreciate, again, all donations that you can send us. And vote for those players. Vote for that player that you want to see play that PowerPoint presentation at the end of the game. So far, Brandon is in the lead, but not by too many votes. He's in the lead, but he is not in the lead by a whole lot. It can be beaten. So keep those votes coming. All right. So let's go on to our next game. Our next game is for Joey and for Phil. It is called Scene from a Tweet. The way that Scene from a Tweet works is that these two players are just going to be doing a regular old scene, and that scene is going to be based off of a tweet. So the tweet that we were tagged in on Twitter is by Rob Delaney, and the tweet reads, are you ready for this, gentlemen? Leaving out a nice continental breakfast for my wife and her karate teacher. That is the tweet that we got tagged in, and that is your suggestion for this scene. Players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Then play.
So this guy ordered a lot of food. And like I kind of told him I could do it because he said it was really important. I mean, he said it was for his wife's karate teacher. So I told him I could do it.
Right. Why wouldn't you?
And then and now that I'm looking over the order, I don't know if I can get this much food to the room by the time that he asked.
So you took an order that you couldn't complete, and now you're going to make us all look like idiots. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I mean, I didn't. That's what you said.
Correct.
So he said it was really important. He said it was so important. He said that he was making it, he said it needed to be continental. I was like, oh, okay. I get you, man. I understand. I mean, my wife's karate teacher needs breakfast as much as the next guy. I get that.
This is what we do. Okay? We provide high-class revenge by killing people with kindness. Okay? Of course, it's a continental breakfast. And of course, there's more food than one person. The wife is clearly with the karate teacher this morning. And we're going to kill them with kindness.
Okay, but now I didn't. What do you mean kill them? I didn't say kill them. Where is this coming from? Where we're gonna kill them?
With kindness. The kindness is the continental breakfast, which is the order you took and said that you could fulfill.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but I also heard kill them.
It's a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
We don't use guns, we use poison in the food.
Okay. Oh!
Yes.
Dude. Okay.
You need to make the food and you need to put the arsenic in it.
Oh, why didn't you? Can you please just say that next time? Jeez. I'm just trying to do what's asked of me, okay?
Jeffrey, when I hired you, I made it very clear that we are chef assassins for hire. Okay, I don't know what you could have misinterpreted about chef assassins for hire.
Okay, well, I got the omelet and it's got like 6 different ingredients. That's continental enough. I put the arsenic in it. Can we give it to him now and can we kill him?
No, a continental breakfast is not an omelet. Okay? We need bagels, cream cheese, fruit. Okay?
That's
Oatmeal,
what I
maybe.
was trying to tell you, that we don't have enough food. What are we gonna do? I'm trying to kill them.
Jeffrey, if you didn't order your stocks, I can't help you. Okay? If you, being a cordon bleu trained chef, didn't think to stock your kitchen and don't know what a continental breakfast is, then maybe this isn't the right assassin outfit for you. Okay?
You know, I don't think I'm cut out to be a chef assassin.
Okay, you know what? Go back to your garrote and your simple tools, okay? Leave the classy killing to the people with the brain for it, okay? You know what? Pack up your shit. I will send a replacement to finish the continental breakfast for you.
Okay. Do you want me to go to the store to get some stuff for your new chef assassin?
That is game. Oh my goodness. What drama unfolding. It was like watching a Marx Brothers movie with 20% more murder. Our next game is called In a Blank with a Blank. It is for Holly and for Rob. So Holly and Rob are playing In a Blank with a Blank. Where you're just going to do a scene based off of that suggestion. And the two suggestions that we've gotten for you is in a hot tub with Guy Fieri. So players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Play.
Tommy hasn't said anything in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm a little. I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting off a good show of being super relaxed, but I'm a little disconcerted about that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was gonna be like the coolest thing. Like, I thought he were gonna take us to Flavortown, like the two of us, but he literally is just staring at the waterfall fixture.
Well, I mean, we can't really. He's got those wraparound sunglasses. Maybe he fell asleep. We just can't see his eyes.
Maybe if we just kind of talk to each other, he'll come around and join the conversation. That would be good, right?
Yeah. Maybe that'll work. So how about them barbecue ribs?
I love barbecue ribs. I think they're very good. I loved it when you made me those barbecue ribs for our honeymoon.
That was very great.
Yeah. You used the donkey sauce recipe. Remember that?
Okay, I'm just gonna check if he's alive. Yeah, his eyes are open, so that's really not good.
I think he's gone into another place.
No, I think he's just dead, Marilyn.
Can you like hold me or something, please? Like, please, because I'm really freaked out right now and I don't like it.
Okay, it's not that big of a deal. We're just in a hot tub with the corpse of Guy Fieri. It's not that big of a deal. We should probably get out though.
I can't move. I'm in shock. I'm in static shock. Like the comic book. Static shock.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, what if they think we did it?
Well, Marilyn, I doubt it. You should have seen the amount of cocaine we were doing earlier, him and I.
You did a lot of cocaine?
Yes.
And you gave some to him?
No. He had the cocaine. He gave it to me. I mean, come on. Look at that haircut and wraparound sunglasses. You're going to tell me that guy doesn't carry a lot of cocaine on him?
So I was going to say, where did you get the cocaine? I haven't seen cocaine in our possession in at least 6 months.
Oh, God, yeah. We've been doing pretty good about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been clean for so long. I'm actually surprised that you go straight to the powder, but you took it well. You took it like a champ.
I didn't know that was the flavor of Flavortown, but it turns out that's the flavor of Flavortown.
That's the flavor of Flavortown. I knew it. I knew we were missing something in the recipes. I didn't think it was cocaine. I thought it was maybe like mayonnaise or something, but the cocaine makes more sense, I think.
Yeah. And he was going to take us to Flavortown. Now we're not going to get that chance.
No, don't cry, Tom. Don't. Be strong.
I wanted to do something special for our 20th anniversary,
No.
and I thought, why not? Let's have a threesome with Guy Fieri, and I ruined it. This
It's
is my
okay.
fault. This is the same thing that happened when we went to Niagara Falls, and I just ruined that too. I'm so sorry.
Baby, no, don't. Don't put this on you, okay? This is not your problem. You are a good guy doing a good thing. It just didn't work out this time around, okay? Now, this is a little freaky, and I'm not going to lie. We're kind of sitting in Guy Fieri's soup at the moment, but this is not your fault, okay? I'm very pleased. You know what? Look at me. Look at my face. I'm very happy that you did this, okay? I'm very happy that you did this because some guys don't even do flowers for their wife, but you got me Guy Fieri. You got me Guy freaking Fieri, my favorite television personality. And yeah, now he's dead in our hot tub, but that's irrelevant, baby. Irrelevant. You're a good guy.
Thank you. I'm a lucky man. I'm a very lucky man. And you know what? We're gonna salvage what's left of this. We're gonna I mean, clearly have to call the police and an ambulance. And after that, how about we go on a road trip, you and I? We haven't done that since we were like 25.
Yeah, I mean, there's a giant red Corvette outside that no one's using. We might as well just take that, right?
That is scene. All right. Wow. I'm sensing a theme of culinary arts and murder tonight. This is exciting.
Hey,
you haven't met any chefs? That's pretty on brand.
Let's move on to our next game. Our next game is called Poet's Corner. Poet's Corner is for Rob, it's for Brandon, it's for Chaco, and it's for Joey. Now, the way Poet's Corner works is Joey is going to be hosting a poetry night, and the other three people are going to be reading their poems. The titles of their poems we have gotten from you, the audience. So, our first poet is going to be Chaco. Chaco, the title of your poem is going to be, let me find it here, Blue Pumpkins. That comes from Jesse on Instagram. Brandon, you are going to be reading our second poem, and that is The Monochrome Saxophone. Monochrome Saxophone. And that comes from Kelsey on Facebook. And Rob, you'll be reading our final poem called Isotopes in My Heart. Isotopes in My Heart, that also comes from Kelsey on Facebook. So this is the game of Poet's Corner. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Then play.
Hey, everybody. My name is Tassel, and I'm here to host the open mic night at the new indie coffee place. This is the first night that we are open, so it's our grand opening, and it's also our first poetry night. We really wanted to make a splash into this scene. So we have some amazing guests lined up for you tonight. The first person is actually someone who really just bothered me for a spot really quickly before we set up, and I just caved and let him have the first spot. But this guy, he assured me that his poem was going to be really good. So without further ado, he says it's called Blue Pumpkins. This first poem is called Blue Pumpkins, and yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Thank you for having me, Tassel. Yeah, I'm Gary McConnell, and like this is my dream, being a poet, and this is my own original creation, Blue Pumpkins. Why are you so sad? Why can't you be mad? What do you have to be so sad about? You have a purpose in life. you're a pumpkin. You need to believe in yourself because you're a pumpkin. Don't be blue. Be you, pumpkin. Thank you.
Wow, you know that, I'm not gonna lie, I actually had much worse expectations coming into that poem. So I'm very grateful. That was, holy shit. I cannot tell you how glad I am that went well. Okay, now this next poem was our scheduled headliner. This next poem, it is this person is the only reason that this event is happening. Okay, this person is really big in the poetry scene, and so I just wanted to give a huge I don't want to raise your expectations too high, but our next guest is quite fantastic, and the poem is called "The Monochrome Saxophone."
Oh, boom, boom, says the monochrome saxophone. My tone is a no-go. Boom, boom, says my monochrome saxophone. Where does the tone in my saxophone blow so low on my totem pole? How can I find the tone within my soul that moves me on this mortal coal? A boom, boom, says my saxophone. How can I find hope in a place that's a no-go zone? In my home of lonely holes, where do I go with my monochrome saxophone up womp womp? I don't know how I found my home. Land on this tonal coal, I don't quite know where I go with my monochrome saxophone. Blom, blom.
Wow, I just have to say, okay, so I spent $200,000 on the lighting in here because that guy sold me on it, and wow, let me tell you that, whoo, that was really like that was amazing. That was a purchase well spent. Wow. I'm so in debt. Okay, now this next thing, our last guest, which I definitely did, we didn't get him this morning. This last guest is one of my childhood friends. This is one of my childhood friends who really means a lot to me. And this has been our dream, to open this coffee shop, to have this moment, to debut monochrome saxophone in front of a live audience. And to top it all off, here is my best friend who started the dream with me. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Isotopes in My Heart.
This is, hey everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. I really appreciate that. This is a poem called Isotopes in My Heart. You might just make me Michael Merriman. There I am with a screwdriver prying apart your demon core. And yeah, it's dangerous because I'm using wooden shims and a metal screwdriver. And when those cores slip, I get that burst of radiation. And it cooks me from the inside so fast. I do the math on a chalkboard and determine I'm done. John was standing far enough away, so was Fred. But me, I was right at the source. I caught that gamma right in my chest, and it's gonna bore a hole through me and hollow me out and kill me. But you know what? At the end of the day, those newly formed atoms that literally formed in my heart from those calcium molecules, they don't have regret. But I might. Thank you.
That was just. I am so proud of what I've done. Please buy mochas now.
Game scene. Game scene. Yes. In general, everybody, buy mochas now. Okay, so before we move on to our next game, we just want to remind you again that we are raising donations so we can bring more shows to you every single week. You can Venmo those donations to @FancyHoboImprov. Big shout outs to Lisa and Kristen who have donated so far. Thank you so much for your donations, and keep voting for that player that you want to see play that PowerPoint presentation at the end of our show. We're very excited about that game. Our next game is called A Couple Of. It is for Holly and Joey. Holly and Joey, you two are going to play this game. We got the suggestion of a couple of blank from someone. So that suggestion is a couple of die waiting to be thrown. That is from Lisa on Instagram, who also just gave us a donation. Double shout out to her. So that is for Holly and Joey. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
And play.
I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to this is going to be it. This is going to be the time that I find who I'm with forever.
I think you're right. I think that you belong with somebody that matches you, that rolls with the punches, that really gets you. I think this is your time. I'm with you.
Yeah. I'm so glad because you just hearing your voice say that is reassuring enough.
Hang on, I'm coming in. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I had to take a quick shower. I apologize for that.
No, that's okay. Yeah,
Steve,
no,
yeah. Whew. I mean, but what I was saying in there, it really does make sense. Like, you've gone a long time, and you always say that you're just like a 2 or 3, but honestly, I think you're at least a 10.
What?
Yeah, if not a 15.
Now, sometimes I just feel like you're being dishonest with me.
No.
No, really, Sam. Sometimes I just feel like you're being dishonest with me, and
I think that you don't give yourself the benefit of the doubt. You're a good-looking guy. You deserve the best. I've told you that a million times. And I'm not just saying that because I'm your best friend. I'm not just saying that because I'm your twin. I think that two of us, we have a thing. We have a connection. And that connection is telling me right now that you sell yourself too short. You do. You're boxcars, man. You're rolling every time. You're a crit.
that's
Crit success, by the way, not crit failure. I want to clarify that. Crit
that's really reassuring to hear you say that, Samantha, because I wasn't sure if I was ready to take this next step, you know? But I think with your words, I am.
You are. You are so ready. And you better make me the maid of honor. I don't even care what she says. Like, you better make me the maid of honor. All right?
Wait, what?
Oh, when you get married. It's
Oh,
gonna happen. Yeah. I mean, I'm not counting chickens. I'm just saying, like, this is a good, when you find this person, you're gonna have a good match, and it's gonna be so great that you're gonna get married and you're gonna need a maid of honor, and it should be me.
oh. I mean,
Yeah.
Samantha, I totally agree with that. Oh my God, no, I was talking about my NASCAR career. That's what I think I
Oh.
start. But I would have you as my maid of honor at yeah. But
I don't know much about NASCAR. Are there maids of honors in NASCAR? Is that
but I don't know much about NASCAR either, but I just needed your reassurance. And now I'm ready to start my NASCAR career. But if there is an equivalent to a maid of honor in NASCAR, you are fucking it, Samantha.
Okay, good. Thanks for saying that, Eric. Thank you, because I was afraid that you were going to kick me to the curb.
You needed that reassurance, and I understand.
I appreciate your reassurance after I gave you the reassurance earlier. It's like we're reassurance buddies, right?
It almost feels like I'm meant to drive NASCAR.
Hey, I wanted you to put a ring on it. And if that ring is a bunch of left turns around a pit, then so be it.
Game scene. Oh, wow. Wow. What a beautiful metaphor for such an interesting sport. Is it a sport? Anyway. All right. So our next game is called Night Gallery. It is for Holly, it is for Rob, it is for Brandon, it's for Phil, and it's for Chaco. This next game is called Night Gallery. It's based off of an old show called Night Gallery, where you have a creepy host who is introducing 3 different pieces of art, and we're going to see individual scenes based on those pieces of art, either how they were created or what the inspiration was for them. So this is the game of Night Gallery. Our very first art piece, which is going to be done by Brandon, is going to be called Fortitude. Fortitude is the name of that art piece that comes from Mimi RX Girl on Instagram. Ooh. Our next piece that is going to be done by Holly is going to be called Active Volcano. Active Volcano by Katie. That is our second piece. And finally, our third art piece done by Chaco and Phil is going, what is that hair, Phil? It's going to be done, by Chaco and Phil, and that piece is called 3 Daggers of Alexandria, and that comes to us from Ricky on Facebook. All right, players, are you ready?
Yes.
Then let us go and do this. Play.
Oh, hello. You seem to have caught me in my bedroom. Normally, I don't give tours of my gallery to somebody whom I just wake up randomly next to in bed, but hey, why not? Come, let me show you some of my art. I have so much fun art to show you. This first piece is one of my favorites. It's called Fortitude. It is a surrealist sculpture. It is difficult, really, to comprehend exactly what is the mystery of man. What is man? What is man's desire? Who is a man? Can you know a man until you give him a mask? There are some who would say no. There would some who would say the only thing we know for sure is the fortitude of the subject.
By golly, Jebediah, hath the wind brought you upon my hand again? The simple cover of a man doth shield himself from the winds above. May I begin the journey of self-discovery in the veil of mystery? Oh, but the world is the string that pulls me back. Do I dare to question your reality, oh Jebediah? Oh. Sweet boy, sweet prince, I kiss your nose. My.
Now, isn't that an interesting art piece? Thank you for taking a lay down with me in the garden. I do appreciate that. Now, let's go into the shed for one of my other favorite pieces. This piece is a painting, oil on canvas, and it tells a tragic story. A story of love bottled, turned sour, and exploded. Like if milk can go bad and then pop in your face when you go to check if the expiration date's passed. And it turns out, oh yeah, that's passed. That smells terrible. And it's all over everywhere. Yes, truly, humans are like bottles of rotten milk. If you don't release the gas, we will explode.
I shouldn't be here at all. This place is dangerous. What have I done to be your sacrifice? What have I done? Oh, I'm so alone. I miss my family. I miss my friends. I miss everything.
Yes, this is truly a remarkable piece. Thank you for joining me for a clothed shower. That's how I like to take them after a lie down in the garden. Now I'm going to introduce you to the last piece of my night and one of my personal favorite. It is an archaeological assemblage. Pieces gathered from the ruins of the Library of Alexandria. Scorched parchments, hand-drawn diagrams, and 3 daggers. Like Alexandria, lost and missing. Like Alexandria, damaged and destroyed. Like Alexandria, humanity's hope, snuffed.
Betrayal. My library burns, the flames ravage through the shelves. The books falling one by one as my life's blood falls from my wounds.
Now you know what it feels like to lose everything. You took it from me.
No! You were my apprentice. You were supposed to carry the knowledge to the light of the world. Why?
You would think that, but the power they promised me was so much more.
No power can come from ignorance.
Oh, power only comes from ignorance.
You've stabbed me twice, and I still live.
Hence, I think I must do it once more.
Truly a great tragedy. Like so many works of art, we don't really know what they mean. But like life, sometimes you just have to pop open the top and give it a whiff. Thank you for joining me in my night gallery. Good night now.
And that is our game. Wow, I have never seen the inside of a fridge when it's closed. What an interesting angle. All right, it is time for that game that we have had you voting on who you want to see play it. And that is right. You said it and you wanted it. Brandon Burns going to be playing PowerPoint presentation. Now, the way PowerPoint presentation works is that we have crafted a PowerPoint presentation that Brandon has never, ever seen before. So he is going to have to give it, but he has no idea what presentation he's going to give. Brandon, are you ready to give this presentation?
Let's do it.
All right, then let us get to PowerPoint presentation.
Hello, friends. It is truly just the greatest pleasure of my life to join you on this journey. Raise your skinny hands like hateful blades to the darkening sky, says the great, incomparable Simone de Beauvoir. Truly one of the greats, one of the best, and someone who has my heart in a tailspin. Let's go to the next slide and continue on this wonderful conversation on Simone de Beauvoir. Next slide. His notable works. Some of my favorites, The Existentialist Ethics, a book about evolving ethics. Hop on Pop, a book of class conflict, something that stuck with me in all the years since it first came out in the not 1800s. Les Steppes Mondonnaise, a book in French, because chapter 1 thoroughly starts in French and then slowly but surely disintegrates into what only can be referred to as a French-Russian hybrid with just a tiny bit of Elvish tossed in for flavor. Sexuality, existentialist feminism, and the second sex, a bit of a mouthful. That's the whole title. You would think a bit of the mouthful is not the title, but that is truly the entirety of it. This is simply actually just a 2-page essay he wrote in his teenage years. Finally, Machete, the cutting tool, not the movie. I know you were thinking, did he write the screenplay? My dear friend, Beauvoir? No, he did not. Sadly, he was thoroughly dead before the movie could come to fruition. Next page, please. Ah, yes. His notable tattoos. I know what you're thinking. Is this Beauvoir? No. You see, Beauvoir, he moonlighted as a tattoo artist on the streets of Paris in his free time. Both tattoos were full body works done in the span of about 20 minutes. He worked incredibly fast. You would think this would take weeks, maybe months, but he would just write it all out as he would be writing the book Machete. He did them in contrast, which is why you can see the color palette is something dark and almost painful to the eye. It almost terrifies you to see the slices cutting through, like the needle onto the skin, as one would say. Next slide, please. Naxin, the Night Witches. This is a time that I'm almost afraid to talk of. It holds a dark history in the young man's heart, for he was a part of the 46th Hammond Guards Night Bomber Aviation Regiment. In the Great War, the First Great War, he joined to fight for his home country of Paris. Paris is a country. It is a country. You think it's going to be a part of France, but it's fully a country. In this regiment, he flew in wooden canvas Polikarpov UT biplanes. Just going to move past that one. And the regiment flew harassment and precision bombing missions against the German military from 1942 until the end of the war. I know I said the First Great War, but we don't talk in Paris about the First Great War. The real First Great War is World War II. It's a common misconception, happens all the time. People just forget that, like, this was the war. We can move on from this dark time. It hits my heart a bit too much. Some Mongolian queen. He traveled the world all the time and married a Mongolian queen. She was a Mongolian queen whose husband died, and she had her followers build a mound of skulls so she could, I'm going to murder you and everyone who lives here, stare people on the walls. She sat on a mound of skulls and metal. He loved her so much that he was willing to help her in her crusade against those who chose to fight her people. And I cannot tell you enough that though he never married the Mongolian queen, boy, did he just fight alongside her with heart and valor and paint some, as you see, the famous painting, Metal, painted in a really dark time. Let's go to the next slide Epistemology? What is knowing? Can we know? Knowledge is something that escapes us and loses the virtuosity of one's own soul. How can we as people truly come to understand what knowledge is? And that is something Benoit constantly questioned in his writing and his painting. And as he was flying those famous bombers, he was always wondering, can I know? Do I know? Am I knowing right now? What is to know? Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. That is a direct quote. Finally, y'all fucked up. It's Ishtar, baby. I added the baby. I just assumed it was going to be there. An ancient Mesopotamian goddess associated with love, beauty, sex, war, justice, and political power. That's a mouthful. She unleashes the bull of heaven. Her older sister is Ereshkigal, the queen of the underworld. Now, this was something that Benoit was following religiously, was the teaching of Ishtar and Ereshkigal, for he believed the Mesopotamian goddess was the true goddess that would point him towards what his biggest question was. Do I know? Can I know? For the bull of heaven, it's, as he would come to know, the bull of heaven is simple. The bull of heaven is bullshit. What comes from the heavens rains down. It's the bullshit that falls into our hearts and souls and teaches us that the world around us is simply shit. And we must accept that. And again, to summarize all of my points that I've so eloquently made, Simone de Beauvoir, a boss. Tattoos, again, a boss. Night witches, like, holy shit, great name, great fighters. Mogul queens, y'all. We even changed the Mogul queens, come on. Epistemology, what is it to know? Can we know? Do we know? Is your talk gonna give it to you? Oh, baby, she's gonna give you knowledge, hope. Now stop, you drop, and shut him down and open up the shop. That was his last words. On his deathbed, he looked to the heavens and crying to Ishtar, he said, stop, drop, shut him down and open the shop. And as he did, his soul left his body. And so ended the life of Simone de Beauvoir. Thank you so much for
That
joining
is
me.
our game. Holy shit. Wow, I've learned so much in this time.
Thank you so much for joining me on this journey.
To our very last game of the night. Thank you for all of those who are voting throughout the night. And for those of you who have given donations, we are still accepting donations. You can Venmo them at Fancy Hobo Improv. Thank you to Katie who sent out another donation. Thank you so much. All right, this is our very last game. We're going to play some one-liners for you. This one-liner is called Sex is Like. So I need everybody on up in here. Sex is like where we are going to be comparing sex to something else. And that first thing that we're comparing sex to comes from Charlie on Facebook, which is juggling balls. Sex is like juggling balls.
Sex is like juggling balls. You got 3 of them in the air and you're working real hard to do it. And you're going to get disappointed when one of them falls. But really, the other person's going to be impressed you could even do it at all.
Holly.
Sex is like juggling balls. You should probably expect them to drop at some point.
True. Brandon.
Sex is like juggling balls. I'm choking on them more often than I would think.
Joey.
Sex is like juggling balls. Do it right with the proper technique, or else it's disappointing.
Phil.
Sex is like juggling balls. It's a lot more difficult on a moving motorcycle.
Chaco.
Sex is like juggling balls. You want to introduce something sharp, but it always ends in tears.
Brandon.
Sex is like juggling balls. It's surprising, but clowns do it better.
Yes, they do. Moving on to our next suggestion. Our next suggestion comes from Lisa on Facebook. Sex is like the Avatar. Sex is like the Avatar. Holly.
Sex is like the Avatar. There is no sex in Ba Sing Se.
Right. Joey.
Sex is like the Avatar. You gotta master all the techniques or else there's gonna be disappointment.
Rob.
Sex is like the Avatar. Don't worry, if my eyes start glowing blue, that's perfectly normal.
Yep. Holly.
Sex is like the Avatar. Don't watch the movie. It's not very good.
Yeah. Bill.
Sex is like the Avatar. I'm going to climb on your back and yell, yip, yip.
And that is going to be our show for the evening. That is going to be our show. That's right. Yip, yip, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's Fancy Hobo Improv show. If you like tonight's show, be sure and like this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you have up-to-the-minute Fancy Hobo news. We just want to remind you, again, you can still send in those donations to Venmo at Fancy Hobo Improv. And if you're interested in learning how to do what we do, you can head over to our social media, or you can email us at dearfancyhobo@gmail.com to sign up for our next round of online drop-in improv classes. They're very affordable, and they're online. Also, we have another show. We've got shows every Saturday night right now, and our next show, our Dungeons & Dragons improv show, Hazards and Hijinks, airs next Saturday night, July 18th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be sure and follow us at Fancy Hobo Improv on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And until next time, Fancy Hobo signing off. Good night, everybody.
Later, guys.
Bye.